teacher. That wasn't good news back then because I had to take a big pay cut to make that happen. But I decided I wanted to do it. And I came back, and there was an opening in Mona Shores, and there's two people that impacted me. And it's a good thing they did because I'm telling you, I was not going to stay in education. Marjorie Courtright, Nada's her daughter, sitting right over here. I rode with Marjorie Courtright going back and forth because we lived up in the White Lake area. And she would encourage me. I had a heck of a time. And the other person was Mr. Gillier, who hired me. And I've often wondered, why did he take a 27-year-old fresh teacher who had never been in a classroom and give him 2 study halls with 35 girls in it, junior high girls on top of it? Have you ever been hit in the face with a spit wad? It's intimidating. Have you ever seen airplanes made out of paper sailing in the room? Have you ever been in a room with a young girl and they're wonderful kids? They give you the victory sign and they forget one of the fingers? It was intimidating. And I kept saying to my wife, I don't think I'm going to make a teacher. And thanks to Mr. Gillier and Marjorie Courtright, they affirmed me and held me up and mentored me. I became that teacher. I worked with those 8,900 kids, those overactive thyroids, 8,900 of them. You know, they have that clean slate. Well, now, as Walt said, now I work with that older group. I call on the elderly, the sick, and the dying. I sit on that front porch of eternity with them. I walk through that valley of the shadow of death with them. And they're cleaning the slate. They're at the end of their life. So it's an interesting contrast along the way. I want to tell you just a real short story. Demonstrations are important in a wood shop. Back in my early days, I had to show kids how to glue up multiple boards to make cabinet tops or sides or whatever. So, young teacher, I put these 2 clamps down on the table, which you're supposed to do. I got the kids all gathered around. I lay a newspaper down. Then I put these multiple boards and I flip every other one and I tell them why. And then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take that 3rd clamp and put it on top and snug it down, just snug it, so when you tighten the 2 bottom ones, it doesn't pop up in your face. I forgot to do that. In my exuberance to be theatrical and win the hearts of these kids, I forgot to put that clamp on top. I tighten these things up and I'm singing and I'm doing all kinds of crazy things. Those boards popped up. They were shot like out of a cannon. Hit me in the face. Hit me in the shoulder. I had glue on the side of my face. I had glue running down my cheek and down onto my shirt. Embarrassed to death because teachers know everything. I reached over to get a paper towel to wipe that glue off my face. I knocked the glue bottle on the floor. I knocked the clamp on the floor. And here's this kid. He's got the audacity to raise his hand. Mr. Tanis, Mr. Tanis. I said, yeah, what do you want? He said, I don't think you know what the hell you're doing. That's a quote. I said, I was just taken back by that. I didn't know what to say. I thought for a minute, and I said, you know, I think you're onto something. You're probably right. But I don't like you talking like that. Kids taught me one thing, an important lesson I had all of my career. And that was, don't take yourself so doggone seriously. You know what? You're going to flub up along the way. You're just that's going to happen. And you got to lighten up and not take yourself so doggone seriously. And that really served me well as a teacher along the way. I want to tell you thanks again for this high honor. I can't believe it. I really can't. I just hope Mr. Pillow that I have home tonight is going to be big enough to hold my big head for this. God bless each and every one of you in the days ahead and the days that we have here before God calls you home. My name is Jim Tanis, and I approve of this message.